Well, let's go ahead and get ready for game number 4 and see if Granit Gaming can earn another win on the map to help extend that lead as we move into BOE. Granit Gaming is going to have the first pick, and Roll20 heads to a favorite map.
Their best map, by far. By far. 6 times have they chosen Battlefield of Eternity, they played 6 times on Battlefield of Eternity, and they won 4 out of those 6 games. That's a 67% win rate. Might not really sound like too much, but to give you a bit of an idea, Roll20 on average has won only 26% of their maps. So this is more than triple the success rate. This is by far their best map. There's no other map that's even close to it. There's not even another map where they have a positive win record. This is the map for Roll20, and they choose it now. This is the game, the map where they want to end it, and Granit Gaming has a 1-3 here.
A 4-cell run for Granit Gaming. That is for sure. Very difficult for them. Sergeant Hammer, banned out. Granit Gaming is sticking with the traditional bans. Maiev was one that we've had from them too. On earlier passageways, Roll20 Esports is going to open up with their own ban too on Apather.
Yeah, right now if you're heading into this, you just want to grab that early ice bow and make sure that you're not getting hit at all.
The damage reduction is insane.
Yeah,
it really is.
is.
There's Maiev. Okay, so is Roll20 going to throw a wrench to the plans, going to change anything up here? Or are they going to stick with a ban potentially on Hanzo? One that can be given away on this map? Yes, they do.
All right, no race on the Immortal. God, there's so much open still. Zeratul, insta-lock, a first pick even. We know how high the priority is on Zeratul for Granit Gaming. It's so high that we oftentimes even criticize that Zeratul is played by this team so often that we have been actually criticizing how high their priority is and how often they play it because it becomes so predictable right now. But it's a game changer.
It is a game changer that I want right now. It's game number 4.
Jax can reach a top speed of 60 miles per hour when flying.
Oh, I thought that was swimming. I was like, dang, that's a really fast duck.
Dude, that's just... It's barely faster, but it's faster than I can ride on my bike. That's impressive.
Isn't that
downhill.
What's your highest speed?
The highest speed that I ever had on the bike was so far 56 miles per hour.
Okay.
That's in kilometers 90.
It's not the fastest bird, though.
It's 90 kilometers per hour, I think.
You're up there. But a falcon blows it out of the water. I think a falcon's like 120 miles an hour diving. It's insane, dude.
What is this? Falcon facts or duck facts?
I'm sorry. I was saying, there's competition out there.
Get on board, buddy. You're in the wrong boat.
Ducks aren't top tier, all right?
All right.
They're mid-tier.
It's more my boy. Li Ming and Diablo. All right, so Diablo actually, that looks more and more like an Apocalypse play actually on the side of Granit Gaming. Void Prison into Apocalypse can definitely be a huge deal here. Deckard banned out. You have Urel and Deckard, sorry, Dehaka banned out, Urel and Deckard taken. So with Diablo picked on the side of Granit Gaming, they not only ensure synergy for themselves, but they also make sure that their Infernal Trio is not together. I actually learned that apparently in Playday 4 there was one time when Urel, Deckard Cain and Diablo played together and lost. So I personally only looked at the second part of Phase 2 and in that entire time, again, the combo has an 8-0 track record. I'm not sure how many games they won before that, but yeah, apparently there was like one game in the entire phase where that was lost when that combo was playing together.
That doesn't count. It's outside the meta, man.
But it's cool that people follow that up. So yeah, thank you. Like there's 2 people that actually let me know. I think one highlighted that on Reddit. One sent me a tweet. So thank you very much.
Greymane from Roll20.
I mean, it's Quack, right?
Yeah, it's true.
The Greymane player for such a long time. All right, Diablo Blaze. I like the setup of Granit Gaming. That Zeratul, again, is a bit of an X factor, but they absolutely love to play that hero. They are highly impactful with it. He has good synergies with this setup now, too. Really, really not bad what they have. The reset potential through Li Ming.
And it's not linear, too.
What's Chris going to play?
Chris is typically go for Li Ming here, but he's already taken away.
Yeah.
Or she's already taken away. It's, no, not a Cassia. Okay, this is Genji. I was thinking Cassia's like, wait a minute, no, Li Ming's there, so it wouldn't work out too well. Genji comes out.
And that puts us on to Chris with Greymane.
Yeah? Which is one that he used to play a lot too. Back when he was playing a majority of Vala games, if Vala wasn't available, he would go into Greymane. Something that he can definitely pull off.
Good drafts.
Yeah, both teams I'm actually okay with it. Zeratul again as the X Factor.
Yeah.
How does he pull off? But
This is basically just Granit Gaming saying, Raid Boss,
yeah.
Daddy Raid Boss, put on the backpack, carry us to victory. He needs the setup, he needs the Void Prison, and he found some sick Void Prisons. 4-mans, 5-mans in the past few weeks. If he can do that again and Diablo follows it up with an Apocalypse, then good night, my sweet prince. You are going to see a lot of that heroes on the side of Roll20. It's not like Roll20 can't win this. They have a good setup too, but especially if Genji gets onto Zeratul when he makes an engage and has a little bit less mobility and can like chase him down, there's a lot of good potential for Roll20 to take this. But Granit Gaming has a competitive draft, to say the least.
I really like the response from Roll20. With the Greymane, when Zeratul comes in, he even goes in for that cleave. He isn't on top of those wormholes. Greymane can put out the damage. As you mentioned, Genji can chase him down, and that's suddenly a done Zeratul. He is a very low health pool and can be punished heavily, and Roll20 definitely has those tools to do it. Let's go into it. Game number 4. Will Roll20 close this out with a 3-1, or will it be tied up by Granit? Wolf Joe playing Malfurion, Memecraft on Li Ming, Raid Boss on Zeratul, Darkmok on Blaze, and Nande to play Diablo.
Roll20 wants to close this out now, improve the map score and the map score. Shat on Deckard Kane, Quatnix on Genji, Chris playing on Greymane with Robot Over on Murden, and Zomni, of course, on Urel again. Roll20 wants to win this right now. It's not only about winning the match today, it's also about heavily improving your own map score, especially in comparison to Granit Gaming. If you win this now, not only do you improve your own score by a +2, but you also push Granit Gaming down by 2 points on their own map score. Super important here. Every single map win basically counts twice in this series. And let's not forget, Granit Gaming pulls off a victory in this game, then it's all over for Roll20. Then it is Crucible time. Darkmok at the top, having some trouble, but still able to survive. Roll20 not able to get a kill with the gank that they set up against Blaze.
Some may be asking why Raid Boss is sitting at the front of the gate there on the left. It's common strategy with Genji players to jump over your wall and clear out that well, which makes it harder for you on the Immortal phase, so he was just protecting that.
Yeah. Seen this a lot. Even if you die for it, it's oftentimes absolutely worth it if your team plays well around it, just simply because there is no chance later on after the 2 forts have fallen for anyone to move back from a defensive position on the Immortal and tap off at the fountain.
I mean, even if your opponents bring 2 to 3 people back to defend you, you can push up the lane, suddenly an experience advantage. We do have the camp to the south being...
Zeratul is coming over, but he's not there yet. Close call. Good angle for Nande. They're going in. Quacknick's trying to create some space. Nande getting attacked here. They go for Diablo, and Nande goes down. The camp is taken. Roll20 taking the lead in the game, taking the camp, taking the kill. Looking good.
Shows what Greymane can do if he's allowed to auto-attack. Diablo going in for the charge, trying to buy time for Zeratul, but that allowed for Chris to swipe and destroy Diablo. Losing the point, getting the camps as well. Solid play from Roll20.
Swipe? What are you talking about? This ain't Tinder. I mean, he didn't like it, but still, that guy got deleted. Talking about swiping, Urel is swiping at the top lane because she actually went straight for the camp, and Blaze saw that. Moved even into it. But with everyone else being at the bot lane, Blaze just simply acknowledged that against Urel he can't take it because she's just going to push him back, so instead he just gives it up. Zeratul was at the bot lane, couldn't rotate over. So that's 2 camps taken by Roll20. It's a fantastic start into game number 4 for them.
One of the things that you have to learn as a Blaze player, what fights can you take? Sure, you can survive them, but should you take them? Push out the lane instead. Granit Gaming starts their Bruiser camp here to the left. Roll20 has already started theirs, holding on to it, waiting for the right push. And now we'll see how the Immortal phase goes for both teams.
Look at Murden, by the way, going into block as a level 1 talent against this setup that we are seeing with Pogue, with Li Ming, with being Battlefield. I would have expected a heavy commitment here to third wind, if not for the perfect storm again. And seeing block now shows absolutely how they are very, very, I don't want to call it scared, but they have a lot of respect for Raid Boss Zeratul, who's very impactful here. So I think that's the main reason why we're actually seeing that talent adjustment.
I might even go far to say that maybe a mispick.
It's not what I expected, for sure. But it just shows that they really respect that. They don't respect Malfurion, though. They just go in and take him down. And this is a fantastic opening for Roll20. You know this. I mean, you can't say this any other way. Chris has, of course, great race potential on the Immortal with Greymane. It's one of the reasons why this hero is so strong here. Memecraft is a little bit far out, too. Dodges the Stormbolt, but this game is currently a disaster for Granit Gaming. This is the 3rd kill against them. They're not seeing... I mean, there's no light at the end of the tunnel at this point.
Granit Gaming having a really difficult time here on BOE.
Jesus.
Nande might be the next one too. Wolfjo comes over for a couple of heals. Granit Gaming, okay. They have nothing to get out. They have 4. Liming is on her way back in. See if they can handle this Immortal. Ooh!
Oh my god. Oh.
Zarmony with the massive knockback into the massive scroll.
Stop! They have a family!
That's going to be 3. Raid Boss might be the next one too. Quack staying alive here with the potions. That's 4.
Holy cow! That is brutal! 7 kills against 0, 4 minutes into the game. Granit Gaming is getting completely obliterated here.
Still the Immortal. There it goes. Chris gets it.
I mean, I am speechless. That push by Zarmony, if that was intended, it was a god play. Pushes 2 into the Immortal stun, and then Genji is immediately there and says like, thank you for the layup, my friend. I got this one.
And Shad had the complete follow-up too, the scroll.
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, that is just adding insult to injury.
So Granit Gaming realizes, okay, look at the scoreboard, we're behind a level. 7-0 on kills. It's time to relax.
I mean,
respawn.
The German Team, erst hatten sie kein Glück und dann kam auch noch Pech dazu.
What about a pastry? Stormbolt into another Immortal stun. The Immortal is the MVP for Roll20. So many stuns connecting.
Calm down. Just stop.
Now, it's kind of funny because I look at these games and I'm like, well, this isn't the Roll20 we had in Game 1 and Game number 2. And now I'm looking at Granit Gaming like, well, this isn't the Granit Gaming we had in Game 1 and Game number 2.
Yep, I mean, both of the teams are just... This break has shown us a completely different Roll20 here. This after the break. I mean, this is insane. A 2-level lead after the first Immortal, not even 6 minutes into the game.
They're going to have 10 before the next Immortal.
Crazy. At this point, if you're in Roll... Like, first of all, you're riding the momentum wave if you're Roll20 right now, obviously. You want to ride that momentum. At the same time, you're like, okay, guys, we're so far ahead, let's not screw it up.
Granit Game's trying to force a fight now.
Wolfjo. Look at Wolfjo. He's down.
Yeah.
That's 9 kills. 9 kills in this game. They're going for 10. The double digits before we hit even level 10s. 10-0. They're not stopping. They're just continuing. Nande is now also down. This is insane. This is difficult to watch at this point.
They can take a 4 here in the bottom, too. 10-8. Granit Gaming. Granted, they were looking for a fight there. Wolfjo wound up getting caught in the top left. But Granit Gaming was trying to find something. They went for a Hail Mary. They needed experience, and the only way they could have done that is through kills.
I mean,
didn't get anything. At
this point, if you're Granit Gaming, the only problem that you have is deciding if you want to type GG in caps lock or not.
Or an 86.
This is an Alex stream.
Yeah.
No, I mean, sorry guys, but all jokes aside, Roll20, this is Roll20's game to lose. Yes, we're only 7 minutes in the game. Yes, only a fort has fallen. But Roll20 will have to work hard to throw the game here.
Another combo comes out. Wolfjo, he is not having the best game here.
Oh my god, like, this is insane. Malfurion down, they are going straight for Nande. I mean, they have Storm Towers, sorry, not Storm Towers, they have level 10s. Of course they can invade all day long. They can do so much right now because they are in such a fantastic spot. It is absolutely brutal. They will get a massive Immortal. They're going to push with an Immortal with nearly 100% shields, if not 100. They have heroic abilities with this. This is the biggest shutdown that I have seen in a long time. Not even Dignitas has destroyed a lot of the teams that they face this hard.
So one last chance for Granit Gaming is to get 10, if they can even get there. Full level behind with the Immortal.
I mean,
and then pray for the VP.
You say that jokingly, but at this point you have to actually doubt it to an extent, right?
No, yeah, I do. 10's going to be coming up soon. And Raid Boss and crew are down here on the bottom lane. They can't do anything about this Immortal.
Yeah. Granit Gaming's way back into this game is hit level 10 and execute perfect combos around Void Prison and Apocalypse. That's how you get back into this.
Yeah.
It's the only way, the only chance. And for that to happen, Roll20 has to screw up. If you're Roll20, the call in comms now is don't group. When you see Zeratul, split. Don't get VP'd. Make sure that you're not falling into a bad Void Prison right now. Split out, don't let Zeratul get a 3-man, 4-man, 5-man Void Prison. If that happens, you're in trouble. Nando holds back his ult as if it could be anything else but Apocalypse.
Raid Boss finds Quackers on the back right.
Lightning Breath does not bring you back into this. The only thing that you can hope for is a great wombo. And they're splitting. They're not falling in that trap. They're trying to keep the heroes a little bit apart the entire time here.
I mean, Quackers is chasing Raid Boss out. Not giving the opportunity to VP.
Yeah.
Lets the Immortal do all the work. Curse Bullet. Bam. Nande done. No APOC combo.
Yep. No APOC available. Now they can VP you all day long and you don't care anymore. What are they going to follow it up with? It's like Malfurion with a silence. That's not going to wreck all of you. Right now, this you push through. There's a 13. They get the talent. They go through the wall. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Both forts down and they move back from it. More than a 2-level lead right now. 14 kills against 0.
But Granit defend.
Granit defends for now, and they are holding on to this, but this is still going to be tough. And Granit Gaming, they will look for that Void Prison. And this is really the moment where Roll20 has like, okay guys, we are destroying everything right now. We are dominating this. The one thing that we cannot do, don't fall into the Void Prison APOC. Because as far ahead as they are, that's the ticket back in the game.
Yeah.
One good combo. You hit a 4-man, somehow. You get the APOC underneath it, and then the follow-up with the Malfurion Silence. All of a sudden, we're talking about 2-3 kills. And with the underdog experience bonus that you get in that situation, you are closing that gap quickly. If that happens around an Immortal fight, you get an objective, and all of a sudden, you're taking structures. So this is where Roll20 has to really say, guys, this game is ours to lose. We have it won. This game is over, unless we allow them to get the wombo off. If they get the wombo, all of a sudden, this can turn.
On the side, Granit Gaming needs to be bold, but also efficient. Make sure to be grabbing the experience. And build towards that ability to find that VP. You're going to have Raid Boss looking for it constantly, but he needs his teammates to be nearby so they can execute.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a sliver of a second. They'll be able to find that moment.
This is all about controlling Zeratul. Call out where Zeratul is, control him, pressure him. Raid Boss already there. They go for Nande again, trying to pressure him. 96 stacks on Nande, by the way. He doesn't have the 100 yet, but that's nearly the full HP that he has. Bullet comes out all the time, the entire time. Bullet, 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 bullet. Chunk them down as much as you can. Drop that hit point pool. Make sure that he can't be as aggressive as he wants to be.
Even this aggression just makes Granit Gaming play backwards, so you can get up on the Immortal when it spawns. It'll be here in about 3 seconds. You are able to grab bush control.
And now, I mean, Raid Boss, he is looking for that. He's looking for that Void Prison. He knows they need it. There's so much pressure on him. But we said that from the start. From the start of the draft, the pressure is on Raid Boss. It's his... They went for that draft. They first picked Zeratul. They picked him first. They said, okay, we need that hero now. This is our ticket back into the game, and now Raid Boss has to deliver on it, and he's looking for it the entire time. He's all the way up at the top right now, trying to look for an opportunity, but Roll20 is splitting. Look how split they are. They're not grouping up at all because they don't know where Raid Boss is.
Playing the slow game too. Curse Bullet again on top of Nande. He's able to combo out though. Shadow Charge saving his life here. Raid Boss comes in and gets a big cleave.
Nande's down. In the bunker. He has to fall after this. Yes, there they go. Diablo, Raid Boss, the Void Prison, 3-4. That's the chance. The APOC comes through, hits 3, but the kills are in. Urel falls, but she's not the only one. Diablo is down, and so is Zeratul. They get 1 kill. Granit Gaming gets 1 kill, but that's all they get for now. Darkmok falls as well. Brutal.
And Roll20 will just roll on over and hop onto the Immortal. Burn that down to half health. 13 not even here for Granit Gaming. They have 20 seconds before they have anyone up. It will be the halftime show. They can look to play some defense, but they are going to be missing heroics.
I don't even want to know how much adrenaline is currently pumping through the veins of Roll20's players. These guys must be so hypey right now. Another attack. Wolfjaw getting jumped here. Again, down he goes. Goodbye, Malfurion. The old man is down. Here comes the next Stormbolt, and this time it's the Lord of Terror again. Who's terrifying now, my friend? Definitely not him. Nande is just running. Roba-Doba at the front again. Chris is going for Raid Boss. Moves away from the turrets here. But Quacknix is in. They go for Nande, and down he goes. The Lord of Terror turned into a kitten.
Cleaned up. 13 not even here, and meanwhile, Roll20 Esports back up and go straight over toward this Immortal, and this Immortal should be game-ending against Granit Gaming. They will have a VP in about 20 seconds, but if Roll20 can get the full shield Immortal like they're looking for, they can push in for a keep and potentially the core.
I wouldn't even say that it's game-ending, because the problem for Roll20 is they don't have a talent advantage with it. It's a 13-minute Immortal. You can get the keep, but if you don't have 16, it might actually be a little bit more difficult. And yeah, there's a potential kill, and they get it. Down goes Genji. There's the bullet again. Stormbolt, Malfurion, and even with the kill, they can't get anything out of it. The Void Prisoner's there. Here's the ID poke. Is that going to be enough? The cleaves. 1, 2, going in. Chris, low, tries to move away. The kill against Li Ming. She's down. That's an important one. Chris actually gets... Chris is alive. Chris moves out. A 1-for-3 trade, and they're not done yet. They're going in again. 22 kills. Make that 23 as they are going for Blaze. And this is just lights out for Blaze. Dartmok is down. That's the entire team gone. 16 in the hands of Roll20. 3-level lead, talent advantage, and an Immortal with nearly 100% shield.
Chris needs to send a gift basket to Zarmany. Him jumping in there with the Ages of Light right after the VP combo kept him alive. He was able to sneak out thanks to his mechanics, but Zarmany delivering there, making sure his teammates did not get wombo to death. If Granit Gaming got 2 to 3 more picks there, suddenly we're on a different ballgame.
The Roll20 definitely ate their spinach during that break. Holy cow.
Here comes the Immortal too, and look at it. Oh my gosh, this thing is robust.
24 kills against 2. What happened in that break?
Maybe they heard you, man.
Maybe, like, I don't know. But this is insane how that changed.
Granit Gaming setting up for defense. The Immortal pushes in, it's going straight for a keep. No VP for 18 seconds. No 16 for Zeratul. That's a big power spike for him. Stay a while until it comes out for Shad. Blocking 2 on the right side. Twilight Dream used, but Roll20 is not phased.
Twilight Dream is basically Malfurion's response to a Deckard can't stay on and listen is his way to say, shut up. The other one that's being shut down here is Diablo. He's dead again. I mean, how often did that guy die? It's insane. Diablo died 10 times in this game. 10 times. Void Prison comes through. Zarmany just hops away from it. And this is Roll20 destroying Granit Gaming in a fashion that I have rarely seen in a competitive HGC game. Down goes Malfurion. Down goes Zeratul, and down goes the core. Roll20 with a 3-1 victory after a shaky start in the series today.
Roll20, 2 wins now in the HGC. And what a roller coaster of a series.
27-2.
Yeah.
10 deaths on Diablo. Malfurion died 7 times. Should have picked Iceberg, to be honest with you. Just for the memers out there, he doesn't have it anymore.
He doesn't have any more. Not available.
That was gonna be one guy that, how does he not know that he doesn't have Iceberg?
I'm still in shock, honestly. That Roll20 bounced back so hard there, but that's the kind of stuff that you need in a best-of-5 series, right? You need to be able to dig deep when you go to a break and say, listen, guys, we're better than this.
Kudos. Like, I feel game number 1, game number 2, Roll20, huge problems, massive problems. We talked about it at length. Coming back from the break, the way they did, I am very, very, very much impressed. This is most of what I expected them heading into the series. I don't know if they had nerves at the start, if that was just them being a little bit scared or whatever it was, but whatever happened that allowed them to come back swinging this hard, a lot of respect. That was not only drafts. You can argue drafts were maybe a bit in the favor of a team, maybe on Volskaya, for example, with Jaina just being able to do anything against URL. But at the same time, the way that was played from start to finish, how a lot of these fights were orchestrated, especially on Battlefield of Eternity around that early game when kill after kill came in, that was, at some point it becomes a snowball. But they did this so well, and they also understood that there is still a chance for a comeback once that level 10 ability hit. The way that they spread out...
Play around your opponents, but keep your own identity, right?
Yeah, I mean, it looks fantastic when you win a game like this, but as we said before, one Void Prison is all that Raid was needed. One good one.
And they were a hair close, too.
Yeah, and they never got it, because either Diablo was just eliminated, then there's no Apocalypse, or they spread out continuously. And the way they played this, I mean, mad respect. After the first 2 games?
Yeah.
Wow.
And for me now, suddenly, after both of our series today, our standings, 2, all the way down to number 8, are all over the place here. I mean, the Monkeys probably a shoe-in for the Crucible, but now suddenly Granit Gaming and Roll20. On the next couple of weeks, we're going to have to see how they unfold, because we don't know who our second team is going to be moving to the Crucible because of Roll20's big victory today. And then, of course, you got Method and Fnatic, who can start moving up and trying to face off with Team Liquid's loss today from the Leftovers. The Leftovers looking on fire. Our last 2 weeks for the HGC, man.
I'm just
Awesome.
looking at this still from the perspective of a Crucible team that now, oh, sorry, from an open division team that makes it into Crucible.
Yeah.
If you watch the first 2 games of Roll20, it's just like, hell yeah, boy, we're going to go up against them. Then you watch the second 2 games, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to touch this.
Like, it might become to a point where they watch game 1 and game number 2, and they're just like, oh, yeah, we're just going to pick them. And not even watch game 3 and game 4.
Turn the stream off, and you're like, yeah, we're done with that. And then someone else comes back and is like, dude, they won. It's like, what? Like, did you see how they destroyed them? So, yeah, it's just like, that's... I'm an open division team. If I'm a Holy Bananas, that's the open division team that won Europe that can now choose if they want to go up against the 8th or the 7th spot in the standing towards the end of phase 2. I have 0 clue I'm going to pick.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea at this point. I'm going to wait for the next 2 weeks and see how that unfolds. But if you would ask me right now, I'm just like, can I roll the dice? Because like I have no clue who's actually the weaker team.
Even to a degree, thinking about the Monkeys when they played against Method, like there's these moments where it's like, wait a minute, what if they bring that type of gameplay to us?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know, man. Good luck, Crucible teams. Getting into the HGC is going to be a little bit on the difficult side. We look forward to Crucible. That'll be in a few weeks. But also the playoffs will also be in a couple weeks. Let's go ahead and get ready to talk to Quatnix, actually, who is here for Roll20. My first question to you, Quatnix. First off, welcome. Congratulations. Second off, what happened in Game 1 and Game 2 for you guys? You seem so out of your element.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you. No, I don't really know. Like, I was a bit nervous, actually, and I think I was actually playing quite bad in the first 2 games, and I think they were actually playing quite good.
Was that coming down to the Crucible? Is that why you were so nervous? What was going on with that?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, I've never been in this position before, and I really don't want to go to Crucible, right? So it felt like I had a lot of pressure on me. The same goes for everybody, I think. But then we kind of got into it. We got warmed up after that 40-minute Toon game or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the draft started coming along better, and I don't know. I think we got warmed up.
What was that spark? Again, I'm taking me a little bit longer here, but I'm actually really interested in this. What was that spark going into Game 3 that finally got you guys back on the same page? Did you talk during the break, or did it just naturally happen?
I mean, I think it kind of naturally happened, but obviously I try to hype everybody up and make sure that, like, we can win this. We need to understand that we can win this. And, like, I personally, after the break, I felt pretty relieved. And then as the drafts kind of went the way I wanted, it's so much easier to play the game. And I think it makes it for everybody else to play the game as well, you know, when I'm confident in what we want to do with the drafts and so on.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just kind of got a really good start on Volskaya, and like after that game, everybody's pumped, you know, we get a good draft in the next game, we do the same, we start running them over in the early game, and we played really well, and I don't know, just adrenaline, I guess.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your insights. I'm going to send you over to Caldor.
Now, first of all, congratulations. You guys made a massive step of still having a chance to make it out of the Crucible. I gotta admit, I was really harsh after Game 1 and Game 2 with the way that you guys played. Yeah, you rolled over them there. But I was insanely impressed how you played after you came back from the break. So that was actually insane. I don't think I've ever seen a team switch it up like this massively from one performance to the next, and especially on Battlefield of Eternity. It was a brutal shutdown from how you guys played. How do the next weeks look like now? Like you still had problems in Game 1, Game 2. How do you address that now when you're going into scrims? I mean, you find yourself now in a spot where all of a sudden you can actually make it out of the Crucible if you play your cards well against the rest of the teams. So what's preparation now going to look like? How do you deal with the first 2 games now to make sure that doesn't happen again? Tell me a bit about that.
So I think the most important thing is for our upcoming practice is that we really give it our all, because like from scrims, like people have it's very normal. I'm not saying only our team, but people have a pretty bad habit of actually just autopiloting scrims, meaning like you kind of brainlessly just play the scrims, right? Because it's your work. Yeah. And I think that's something like we have to walk away from and really make sure that everybody is here to practice, and we are here to practice to get better, right? And to actually improve, because here all of a sudden we have a chance to dodge Crucibles. So I really want, and I'm gonna make sure that everybody is giving it their all when we're practicing, because when we're there to practice, we're there to practice. We're not there to fool around or anything, right? So I think that's the most important thing. And then obviously like preparing, making sure we get good drafts and trying to play without pressure, but it's hard.
One more question specifically about the way that you guys drafting right now. back in the day, from the way that you or the teams that you were on and the way that you drafted, you didn't really focus a lot on garage plays compared to other tanks that you normally want at that front line. Now it feels that Roba is a lot more confident on that hero, and just recently you really started to draft more garage into these compositions. Is that true? You're shaking the head right now? Not quite?
I mean, in some games, I still think like Garage is pretty good, but it's never been a preference of mine. Like back in Fnatic, we didn't care about it at all because we were so good at punishing it as well. But I mean, it's Rob's signature pick pretty much, and if there's a good game and he wants it, like I give it to him sometimes, right? But I'm not really looking for it a lot. It's just like if I'm not getting what I want, then he thinks it's a good game for it, then he can have it.
All right, so still you're not quite sold on the garage just yet, but you acknowledge that he is definitely strong on the hero compared to others. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's all from me for now. Again, you guys really stepped it up after the break, so I have no idea what that pep talk was that you gave them, but whatever it is, bring it out a little bit more often because you guys looked unbeatable after you came back from that break. Great job today.
Now, Quack, I don't want to surprise you too much here. You are currently on a 2-game win streak, your team. Are you going to be able to extend that? I know, right? Are you going to be able to extend that? Because actually the schedule for the next couple of weeks for you guys is looking a little difficult. I mean, Leftovers is next for you.
Also,
what are you thinking?
Sorry to interrupt here, but you also have to check out because we dropped a lot of duck facts today.
Yeah, we did, just for you, buddy.
Really?
Yeah, man, every single game.
Then I'm going to watch the VODs.
All right, well, let's go ahead and check out the schedule. Let's talk about that here. This schedule for the next couple of weeks for you, man, especially the ending there. What's going through your brain with these 3 matches you have?
Okay, so we already have everything like planned, right? Like we know going up against Leftovers Dig is going to be really rough, and we're not expecting too much of this series. Sure, we can win Leftovers, but I wouldn't go out here and say we have a chance versus Dignitas, right? So we have already set our minds on considering Granit doesn't win any more games, right? We just need to beat Monkeys and make sure we have like the better map score, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're mainly focusing on. But obviously, we can take down Leftovers, I feel, as well. But it's still in their favor, so we're gonna do our best to try take them down. But ideally, if we just get some maps there and we win Monkeys, then we might be safe.
All right, man. Well, we'll keep an eye on that for you. Looking over to Granite, too, by the way. They're playing against Method Leftovers. Your thoughts, really quickly, about that. Do you think Method right now struggling a bit? Is that something that Granite Gaming might be able to earn a win for, or are you not worried about their team at all?
I think they are struggling a bit, but at the same time, they're a really good team still, and it's just about the mentality or like the problems they have, right? If they can fix them in time or adapt, at least during a tournament. So I don't know what to expect from these matches because I think Granite is pretty good as well, but they're quite as us. They are pretty inconsistent, so I don't know what to expect. But I will still straight up favor Leftovers and Method in those series.
Awesome. Well, we'll be looking the next couple of weeks, man. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. But before you leave, you know the drill, man.
Yeah, boy. So thank you guys so much, all the fans out there that are once again having faith. You think that we can do this, and you know we can do this, and that's what we're here, delivering 2 wins in a row. So look forward for next week. But also big shout out to Roll20. They are our sponsor, if you didn't know, and they're also an app where you can play online games, table games such as Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're into that kind of shit, role playing and so on, you should really check that out. And also, there's a lot of content coming out soon, TM, along with Roll20. We are gonna do a Dungeons and Dragons event with them, so that's gonna be pretty top cake.
Quack, what about a music video?
And I'm gonna ask Chris and the boys if they want to do a K-pop video if we dodge Crucible.
There you go.
One more thing. Personal shout out to my boy Yosos and also my personal sponsor Ballistics.
Awesome. Perfect there. Quack, thank you so much. Congratulations to Roll20. 2 wins in a row. They get a victory over Granite today, and we were able to squeeze out a possible K-pop video. That gets me going. I'm excited.